We don't want that. Do you have any secrets?
Like I'm going to tell them on live video.
No, you might have a secret that you just want to share.
You're not tricking me.
Do you have any secrets?
You're not tricking me.
No, I have a secret. I was thinking about that. Do I have any
Gosh,
secrets?
David.
I got a pizza last night.
It's not a secret. Who would that be a secret to?
I know.
The pizza place knows. I know. Jordan knows. You told your parents.
You know what my secret is? Is that I have a little 15 horsepower boat, and I'm scared to put it in the water because I didn't change the oil and I don't know how to.
That's why you won't put the boat in?
No.
Well, I'm selling it. Does anybody want to buy a boat? $500. It's on my front lawn. Just hook it up.
Everybody has boats on their front lawn.
Take it away.
It's cool in suburbia.
No,
I think it's
not
cool
to have a trashy boat on your front lawn.
Like if you live in Navan, it's cool.
We don't live in Navan.
We're very close to Navan, so I think the overshoot of neighborhood should count for something.
Okay, I don't want to disrespect the fact that you just shared.
Yeah, it was super vulnerable.
I'm really sorry.
And now you're selling
that you just shared that your boat that you treasure and don't want to get rid of because you know you'll never get to own another boat.
Maybe.
Isn't in the water because you don't know how to change the oil.
Well,
and
there's
boldly
oil and bolts,
I know.
and I already messed it up once.
And you boldly went to the neighbors because you heard that he does small engine repair.
He doesn't do boats.
But he doesn't do boats. And you went and knocked on a stranger's door to ask him.
And he
which
said,
I
in COVID.
It's a very humbling experience.
And he just said, do you have YouTube? I was like, thanks.
Oh.
I do. I do have the YouTube. Thank you.
Oh.
I've looked at a few videos, but I'm still not. I just need to be shown what.
And the last time you took your boat.
I just need a sage.
To someone.
To help me.
That guy? What did you find in the boat?
No. Don't worry about it. It's another story.
That guy has lots of things on his lawn.
He was cool though. He's out and out. I like them. You don't have any secrets?
He was cool, but the police may have shown up there since.
Now that we're being super vulnerable, maybe you do have a secret.
Do I have a secret?
I have a secret for you. Like I know a secret. No, I'm just kidding.
Like a secret about me?
I could tell somebody a secret about you.
Oh, he's got the hiccups.
Today is June the 13th.
It is.
Okay, let's do this. June the 13th. Hanging on to old relationships. I feel like we just talked about relationships.
Hey,
that was the moving forward one. Hanging on to relationships. You okay?
No, he's not okay.
We want to travel baggage free on this journey. It makes a trip easier. Some of the baggage we can let go of is lingering feelings and unfinished business with past relationships. Anger, resentment, feelings of victimization, hurt, or longing. If we have not put closure on a relationship, we cannot walk away in peace. We have not yet learned our lesson. That may mean we will have to go another go around with that lesson before we're ready to move on. We may want to do a fourth step, that is a written inventory on our relationships. A fifth step is an admission of our wrongs. What feelings did we leave within a particular relationship? Are we still carrying those feelings around? Do we want the heaviness and impact of that baggage on our behavior today? Are we still feeling victimized, rejected, or bitter about something that happened 2, 5, 10, or even 20 years ago? It may be time to let it go. It may be time to open up ourselves to the true lesson from that experience. It may be time to put past relationships to rest so that we are free to go on to new, more rewarding experiences. We can choose to live in the past, or we can choose to finish our old business from the past and open up ourselves to the beauty of today. Let go of your baggage from past relationships. Prayer for today. Today I will open myself to the cleansing and healing process that will put closure on yesterday and open me to the best today and tomorrow has to offer in my relationships. Amen. I think that's great. I think that I'm reminded of the saying that you can't get to your future if you don't go through your past. instead of just, I think so many times in recovery we just want to get into the future and forget our past, but it doesn't mean it's not there. When we first started talking about, when the first reading, I thought it was really talking about people,
Yeah.
but it's actually talking about the result of unhealthy relationships and the baggage from that. And then I thought of like taking a trip with you and like the bags that you carry. You have like the suitcase, you have the, I just like a backpack.
I like to bring what you have something on your head. It's white. I like to bring like whatever I might need.
Yeah, but,
Because no. Especially if we're going in the car.
but not in a MacGyver way. Like, it's not like I'm bringing this stuff because I'm MacGyver and
No,
things
for
might
my
go
own
sideways.
comfort.
And I'm going to, yes.
If we're
It's for your
driving in the
own
car,
comfort.
okay, I can feel that. I can
I'm sorry.
feel, there's just some conversations that as a couple you have on a regular basis, and when the topic comes up, like I feel like there's certain things in our marriage that I have
We don't want the adrenaline
put
come
to
up, so we'll
bed
just
that
take
I
a
have
breath, take a breath.
said this is not worth fighting about.
Sometimes when you leave the house, you take 5 bags. There's nothing wrong with that.
Some things
We've discovered in these conversations there's nothing wrong with that.
exactly.
But if those bags are full of fear and resentment, then
for sure,
then you're living in the past. You're weighed down. You're burdened.
for sure. Yeah, I think I've worked, like, this has been a focus of the last 15 years of my life. I realized that I don't actually want there to be anybody that I would not want to run into in the mall. That feeling of like, oh no, what am I going to say? And so I have to do what's possible on my side of the street. And so like over the last few years, there have been people where I'm like, oh my goodness, like they're totally ghosting me. And then I hear from someone else like, oh, they're actually really upset with me. And I hear why, and I understand, okay, that is a valid reason to be upset, but I don't understand where that happened. And so I've worked on my side of the street to say like, hey, I'm open to a conversation, and actually I believe that it's very possible that I did hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so not aware of when that happened or what that looked like, and it would actually be helpful for me to hear their side of the story, to hear like, this is what happened and this is how they experienced it. And so I've actually like tried to extend that, because I know for a fact there's things that have happened that I have experienced in a way that has really hurt me and upset me. And I'm positive like the other person is just totally in the dark.
Yeah, and I would,
you, because I'm not easily offended. So, but it's usually you. And so if I don't ever go to you and say like, John, this was really hurtful when you did this, and then you look at me like with this blank look of like, how could that possibly be hurtful? And I have to explain it and say like, well, actually I can't actually expect you to change, but at least I've told you.
Mm-hmm. I don't think you're easily offended. I don't like, yeah. Or do you think you're easily hurt?
I do get hurt.
Those are two different things, right?
Very, very, very different. So I feel like an offense, like to be offended, is like that person has done something to me and I can never speak to them again because they have hurt me. I don't operate like that. So because I tend to walk through life saying that they're not trying to hurt me, I actually like, if something happens, I make it a point of saying like, this is probably not about me.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever woken up trying,
Sometimes
like,
you get hurt.
I haven't put a plot together to hurt you. I don't think ever in my life, like, it wasn't ever on purpose. Maybe there was, like, maybe I've put a plot together to scare you.
I think
I remember once I came off of a bender and you're like, and I'm trying to like apologize, 3 days later. And I remember you said, you had it all planned. You had all the proof that I had planned this. And I'm like, wow, like I am brilliant when I don't know what I'm doing. Like my addiction's running the show in a very brilliant way, like to rob me of like everything. I would say what you're saying is not wrong. I would say that in this context, you're going one step ahead,
okay,
where it's actually talking about the inward baggage, where I actually identify my part of holding on to resentment and where am I to fault in that. And that's kind of what that baggage is. You're kind of going to the next part of like actually making amends around you. I think that she's talking about the baggage with inside. So getting right with God, getting right with self, and then getting right with others. So identifying this goes into what you were saying.
Yeah, because I mean, if we don't, like she was saying that if some of the baggage we can let go of is lingering feelings and unfinished business with past relationships, anger, resentments, feelings of victimization, hurt, or longing. Yeah, you're right. And so it's true. We don't want to carry that around. And there's a good thing that I read on Facebook the other day that I shared, that someone else had written, like, not everybody is a forever friend, and some people are just here for a season. And I think that oftentimes the worst part is like when we get stuck in feeling rejected or bitter or hurt, and then we hold on to like when really that relationship could have ended well or just sort of dissipated.
These are our bags, and so even the resentment, the victimization, these feelings are actually our problem, not theirs. And so every issue that we have in relationships, we call it in the fourth column, you actually get to own your part. Your part may be minuscule. Your part actually might have been like you were scared to tell somebody, you were scared to confront somebody. We always have our part, so we always have to look at our part, even if it's super small. So that's kind of the baggage, the freedom that we get of self. And so not every relationship will be repaired, but I can free myself from what they've done to me by owning my own part. Baggage. Now, every time I see you get ready to go out the door. No, I think COVID has released me from, like, I don't even like stuff in my pockets anymore. I feel that's baggage.
Or maybe carrying judgment about how someone else leaves the house. You could also be
that
freed
would be
of that.
that I could be freed of that. I long for that freedom. What kind of bags have you released in the last couple of years? What bags have held you down? What bags? Yeah. Comment, like, share.